Greetings. If Jesus is not in your backbone, you have a long way to go. I got that quote from a man who's a multi-millionaire. I want to believe a billionaire. And he was questioned by someone who was doing a video whereby they normally go around and ask people how they became rich. Okay. And so he met this man and he was interviewing him and asking him how he got rich and so on. And then he made that statement: if Jesus is not in your backbone, you have a very far way, a long way to go. And I believe that went over many people's head, because most people believe Jesus to be a man who existed 2,000 years ago. Most people do not know that the Christ consciousness is a certain level of intelligence. They do not know that it have to do with energy, vibration, and frequency. They do not know anything about vibration. And so many people have been taking personification for persons, and they've been taking allegory for history, because the true philosophy concerning humanity, it was messed up through theology. And up to this day, people are trying to put their theology together with the philosophy of life. But you cannot change divine laws. You cannot change immutable laws. So when you really understand the Christ oil, what people refer to as the Christus, and I'm saying all of this because of what I would have experienced. Okay, so some of those things that I'm saying concerning like the crystals and the oil and so on, those are things that I learned afterwards. I heard people speak about it and people talk about it in books that they read and so on. But when I had my experience and I started to share my experience on the internet, people was reaching out to me and saying to me that they know I read such and such a book and such a book. And I was like, what? I never read those kind of books. And then I started to search the internet to see, well, those books were there and so on. That is why I know there are many people who are theorizing, and there are many people who are the knowledge, and they're talking based on knowledge. But I would have had the experience, you understand, at the base of my spine. Because I can tell you the very first thing that will happen when that energy meet at the base of your spine and it intertwines, you would definitely experience a great shaking, a great earthquake, mighty earthquake. And with that shaking, you would hear the unearthly wind. And you will experience the spark of God that is within you. You would experience yourself as a fiery being. You would ascend. And yes, an eye would open. Then you will understand why it says that you shall be changed from mortal to immortality in a twinkling of an eye. But all of these things are taking place inwardly, not outwardly. And so you would ascend and you would find your body to be the grave in which the Christ consciousness is buried, because you will come out of your skull and become invisible, become one with the wind, and you would give birth. And the time will come when your child, your son, would appear to you in a dream and call you father. Then you will understand why it is said I think it's in Matthew 11:47 around there, that is only the Father knows the Son, and the Son knows the Father, and to whom he would reveal himself. So, my brother and my sisters, if Jesus is not in your backbone, you really there far away. It means you doesn't know anything about the Kabbalah. It means you doesn't know anything about the tree of life. It means you doesn't know anything about your anatomy, your physiology, your biology, your psychology. It means you don't understand the 33 vertebra. of the backbone. And you're told that Jesus Christ was crucified at the age of 33. So my brother and my sisters, when you come into your Christ consciousness, you will not miss those things when people see them. Okay? And so I remember I went back over that video over and over, and I even had my girl to listen to it. I said, listen to that. Listen to what this man is saying. This man who have acquired so much in life. And many of these people, they had this kind of knowledge at a very, very, very young age. You see people turning millionaire, multi-millionaire, billion, sometimes in the early 20s. Because certain knowledge been passed down from lip to ear. But I'm telling you, my experience is real. And I've been called and sent since I was 17 years. I was given the coat of many colors, which I wouldn't go deep into detail. But I can tell you, it's a rainbow. And then, when I was 30, the man came out of the fire. That melanated man came out of the fire that doesn't consume. Give me my commission. Then when I was 4 and 5, then I knew what I was supposed to do. Some saying that the power of Jacob's ladder have to do with the 33 bone of the vertebra. People talk about the pineal gland, the third eye, all of that. But I'm telling you, when you have this experience, you're going actually beyond that. You're bossing your crown chakra. And like the eagle, you're looking straight into the sun. But yet, the astronaut can go further than the eagle. Okay. So, my brother and my sisters, even the Bible tells you in 2 Corinthians 13 and 5 to test yourself, see if you need faith or not. Then he says, don't you know your own self? Don't you know that Jesus Christ is within you? If Jesus Christ is in you, in what form is Jesus Christ in you? And then when you read in St. John 1 and 3, it says that all things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made. That him is not speaking of a man who existed thousands of years ago. That him is a personification that represents the human imagination. Teaching you everything was first imagined. It was first a thought. It was first an idea. It was first imagined. So my whole message is pointing you to look within. Because the kingdom of God is within you. Jesus Christ is the infinite intelligence that is within you. Not a man 2,000 years ago. Discover your Christ self. And you will discover your God power. Then you will be able to use your God power to achieve your every desire. That's why our ancestors have all been teaching man, know thyself. Self-knowledge is power. Self-knowledge is the key. So with that, my brother, my sister, I can go on and on, but I feel to come to a close here, and I want to thank you very much for listening to me. I want to say to you, if this is the very first time that you're listening to me, what I'm saying, if it makes sense to you, if it really resonates with you and you haven't subscribed already, I definitely want to encourage you to subscribe, to like, to comment, or to share this video. Also, if you like to follow me on Instagram, you like to follow me on TikTok, you can definitely follow me at Black Mad Guru. And I would also encourage you to get my latest book, which is called The Secret Vagina, Mystery of the Virgin Birth. Along with that is how to turn water into wine. Your mood is your fortune. Spiritual recipe for better living. Meditate to eradicate poverty and much more. Also, if you'd like to become a part of my Patreon community, you can definitely do so. But for people who are donating $20 or more, you have access to a course that is called the Inner Sun Science and Technology to create your reality consciously. And along with that is a bonus course on self-concept. So my last encouragement to you is to make sure that you check out all of the links that are down below and let your intuition lead you and guide you into what to do. So with that being said, I just want to say peace, love you all, I'm out.